Hello students. In my first video, I explained fundamental units of life till cell wall. Today we are going to start with nucleus, which is also known as brain of the cell. Right? Nucleus is controlling all the cellular activities of body. So it is a very, very important component of a cell. Usually it is situated in the center of the cell, but like in most of the cells it is in the center, but in case of plants, because there is large vacuole, so it is pushed towards periphery, and our RBCs, red blood cells, are without nucleus. Now nucleus is brain of the cell because it is controlling all the activities. If we come to structure of nucleus, nucleus is made up of two membranes. This is outer membrane and this is inner membrane. And this membrane is not continuous. It is absent at some places, which is known as nuclear pore. And inside nucleus, there is this portion that you are able to see is nucleoplasm. Like cell has cytoplasm, cyton plasm. The fluid present in plasma in cell is cytoplasm, and this fluid, jelly-like fluid present in the nucleus, is nucleoplasm. Then this nucleus has this, you can see this thread-like entangled mass, chromatin material, and here the structure that you are able to see is nucleolus. Now, nuclear envelope, that is outermost layer, nuclear envelope made up of two membranes, it protects the nucleus. Nuclear pores will control entry and exit of material from nucleus to cytoplasm. And nucleolus, which can be one or more in number. And one thing to remember is nucleolus does not have any membrane, and it consists of DNA, RNA, and protein. So there are two nucleic acids, DNA, deoxyribose nucleic acid, and RNA is ribose nucleic acid. And ribosomes, an important cell organelle, which are also known as protein factories of the cell, are formed in nucleolus. Now we come to chromatin material. Chromatin material, as I told, it is a thin thread-like structure. It is made up of DNA and protein. This is very important for 1 mark question. It is important. What is chromatin material made up of? DNA and protein. DNA stores all the necessary information from the cell to grow and reproduce further. Chromatin material condenses to form chromosomes during division. So this is to be remembered that chromosomes are visible only during cell division. Chromosomes will not be visible afterwards. When cell is not dividing, chromosomes will not be visible. Then chromosomes will uncoil and form long, thin chromatin material. Then further 1 mark question, what are genes? These are functional segments of DNA, are known as genes. Genes carry information for protein synthesis, which in turn controls the development of characters, because genes are controlling transmission of characters from parents to offsprings. Now here, we are able to see one chromosome. This chromosome, half part I have shown in yellow color and half in blue color. Basically, these are two chromatids. We will be here studying about three terms: chromatin material, chromatid, and chromosome. Chromatin material is loose thread-like structure present in the nucleus when cell is not dividing. Now this chromatin material, it undergoes condensation and coiling. When cell is dividing. Now when cell has to divide, first chromatin material duplicates itself, replicates itself, and forms two copies. Now one copy, like आपको याद है स्टूडेंट्स की हम एक हमारे पेन्स में एक स्प्रिंग होता है. If we open that spring, the wire becomes very long and thin, And otherwise that spring is in a coiled form. It forms a rod-like thick structure. Similar method is for our chromatin material. Now, since it has replicated itself, so it forms two chromatids which are bound at, which are connected in the center. That region is known as centromere. This is extra. This is just for extra information. The centromere is not in the book. So genes will carry information for protein synthesis, which in turn controls the development of characters. So genes are hereditary units. So, okay. Now we go to further. So just to make it more clear, I have given it in the form of comparison also. Chromatin is a loose threadwork, a loose form of genetic material which is present in the undividing cell made up of DNA, RNA, and protein in the nucleus. So this is DNA, double helical structure of DNA. This is just for extra information. This DNA and these are proteins. And DNA and protein together forms chromatin material. And then chromatin material condenses to form chromatid. Chromatin material condenses to form chromatids and chromosomes, right? Chromosomes are the rod-like structure. So this difference should be clear. These are all made up of one thing only. Children, जैसे पानी है, पानी को हम जमा देंगे तो वो बर्फ बन जाएगी. Otherwise liquid है. मतलब ये analogy पूरी फिट नहीं बैठती, but I just want to explain you कि ये तीनों चीजें एक ही चीज से बनी हैं, but these appear at different stages of cell division. Now, what are functions of nucleus? This is important. The nucleus plays central role in cellular reproduction and the process by which a single cell divides and forms new cells, and it also plays a crucial part with the environment in determining that the way cell will develop and what form it will exhibit at maturity. जब एक सेल है जो नया बना है, जब वो मैच्योर होगा तो वो किस तरह से बिहेव करेगा, उसकी फॉर्म, स्ट्रक्चर, फंक्शन कैसे होंगे, वो भी न्यूक्लियस डिसाइड करेगा. Then comes cell division. Children, this topic is given in the end and it was recently added in your textbooks, but I have mentioned it here because it has something to do with the chromosome. So just to link up, I have explained here. Cell division is the process by which new cells are formed. And what is its significance? When we get injured, हमें चोट लगती है, हमें एक बेबी है जो कि जब पैदा होता है, it is approximately 2 feet and it has to or slightly lesser than that, and that baby grows to form very tall individual, तो उसके लिए cell division चाहिए. When we are injured, उनके लिए उसके repair के लिए चाहिए या dead cells के को replace करने के लिए हमें reproduction चाहिए. There are two types of reproduction, mitosis and meiosis. The process of cell division by which most of the cells divide is known as mitosis. Now cell divides one cell and it divides to form two daughter cells if the number of chromosomes remains same. Chromosomes, like in humans, we have 23 pairs of chromosomes. तो बच्चों अगर क्रोमोसोम का नंबर इन दोनों सेल्स में सेम रहेगा, दोनों इनको डॉटर सेल्स बोलते हैं, है ना. आप कहोगे सन सेल क्यों नहीं बोलते, डॉटर्स क्यों बोलते हैं? बिकॉज these further divide and these cells can further reproduce, इसलिए इनको डॉटर सेल्स बोलते हैं. Anyways, now तो mitosis का significance क्या है? It helps in growth, it helps in repair of tissues and replacing the dead cells. उसके बाद है meiosis. Meiosis ऐसी है जो सिर्फ gametes बनने में use होती है. Otherwise, this process is not at all used in other places of our body. So ये सिर्फ हमारे gonads में होगी, testis और ovary में होगी, जहां पर gamete बनने हैं. तो इस meiosis में क्या खास है? When a cell divides by meiosis, it forms 4 daughter cells. Not 2 like in case of mitosis. And the daughter cells, they receive only half the number of chromosomes and half the content of DNA. Half the number of chromosomes and half the content of DNA. ये mitosis, meiosis आगे बहुत elaborated है, but in your course it is just, in your book it is just touched. तो mitosis एक equational division है, जबकि meiosis एक reductional division है. माइटोसिस में अगर हम डिफरेंसेस की बात करें, माइटोसिस इज एन इक्वेशनल डिवीजन, मियासिस इज अ रिडक्शनल डिवीजन. माइटोसिस में नंबर ऑफ इक्वेशनल क्यों है? बिकॉज इन माइटोसिस नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम्स रिमेन सेम इन द डॉटर सेल्स, whereas in meiosis number of chromosomes is different in case of daughter cells, right? And mitosis takes place in all other cells except for gamete. लेकिन जो मियासिस है वो सिर्फ गैमेट्स में होगी, इट विल नॉट टेक प्लेस इन अदर सेल्स. तो ये मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया है डायग्राम से. ये डायग्राम लर्न करने की जरूरत नहीं है, सिर्फ समझना है. देखिए माइटोसिस के अंदर ये क्रोमोसोम्स हैं. जब सेल डिवीजन होगी, दिस विल कम टू लाई इन अ प्लेट, एक सिंगल प्लेट के अंदर अरेंज हो जाएंगे इस तरह से. उसके बाद दिस विल डिवाइड एंड दीज आर टू आर डॉटर सेल्स. अब टू बिगिन विद यहाँ पर 4 क्रोमोसोम थे, एंड when cells divide each has 4 chromosome. लेकिन आपको यहाँ पे शेप में फर्क लग रहा होगा, बिकॉज क्रोमोसोम जो है वो एक डबल स्ट्रक्चर है, 2 क्रोमैटिड्स का बना है. जब वो ये division hogi, these 2 chromatids will separate. One chromatid will go in one cell, other will pass in the other cell. In case of meiosis, यहाँ पर देखिए, यहाँ पर 2 क्रोमोसोम हैं. जब meiosis हुई, meiosis 1 हुई, तो यहाँ पे 2 क्रोमोसोम, ये आप देखेंगे यहाँ पे 2 पेयर्स हैं बेसिकली, राइट? तो ये सेपरेट हो गए यहाँ पर 2. उसके बाद डीएनए कंटेंट विल आल्सो रिड्यूस टू हाफ. यहाँ पे नंबर ऑफ क्रोमोसोम हाफ हो गए, देन डीएनए कंटेंट विल आल्सो रिड्यूस टू हाफ. तो डॉटर सेल्स के पास सिर्फ 2 क्रोमोसोम्स आए. ठीक है जी. सो आई होप दिस टॉपिक ऑफ सेल डिवीजन इज क्लियर टू यू. नाउ अब कुछ सेल्स के अंदर जो न्यूक्लियस है, जिसकी हमने न्यूक्लियर एनवलप की बात की, वो न्यूक्लियर एनवलप नहीं होता. In some cells nuclear envelope is not present. तो सेल के अंदर जो क्रोमैटिन मटेरियल वो एज सच है, इट इज लाइक नेकेड. तो ऐसे सेल्स को हम प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल्स बोलते हैं, बिकॉज देयर सेल इज नॉट वेल डिफाइंड. तो ये इधर से भी चला जा सकता है, इधर से भी क्रोमैटिन मटेरियल थोड़ा इधर हो सकता है. बट इन केस ऑफ अदर सेल, यूकैरियोटिक सेल, न्यूक्लियर एनवलप है और कन्फाइंड प्लेस है जहां पर क्रोमैटिन मटेरियल हो सकती है. सो इट इज वेल डिफाइंड न्यूक्लियस. एंड सेकेंडली प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल छोटे होते हैं, 1 to 10 micrometer, and जो eukaryotic cells are bigger, 5 to 100 micrometer. Then membrane bound cell organelle, इनके बारे में थोड़ा सा आगे भी पढ़ेंगे हम. membrane bound cell organelle जो है वो prokaryotes में absent है, and these are present in eukaryotes. Now ribosomes are smaller and scattered randomly in the cytoplasm. The ribosomes are the cell organelles which are present in prokaryotes as well as eukaryotes. लेकिन थोड़ा सा फर्क रहता है राइबोसोम्स प्रोकैरियोट और यूकैरियोट्स के. एंड यहाँ पर these are lying in cytoplasm, here these are attached with the endoplasmic reticulum और फ्री भी हो सकते हैं. So examples are prokaryotes, archaebacteria, bacteria, cyanobacteria. In eukaryotes there are bacteria and blue-green alga. इसके अलावा जितने भी सेल्स हैं वो सब यूकैरियोट्स है. So archaebacteria, bacteria, cyanobacteria के अलावा all cells, चाहे वो मैंगो ट्री है, चाहे वो अमीबा है, चाहे ह्यूमन है, चाहे कैट है, चाहे डॉग है, all are eukaryotes, right? Now there is a term called nucleoid. So just now I was telling you, in prokaryotic cells the nuclear material is lying naked. There's no nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope. So this undefined nuclear region of prokaryotes is known as nucleoid. Now one thing I have written important here, the chlorophyll. Where is chlorophyll present in prokaryotes? Sometimes this question is asked. So it is present in the membranous vesicles, which are bag-like structures, and but not with the plastids as are in eukaryotic cell. So ये भी आपसे पूछा जा सकता है for 1 mark. So this is the information within the line that you should know. So this is the diagram of prokaryotic cell. Now you can see this chromatin material, then plasma membrane. There are these extensions called pili. There's the plasmid bodies. Ribosomes are the only structures. This is flagellum. So then comes what is the significance of membrane? ये आपको पता कैसे चलेगा? कौन बताता है कि membranes की importance क्या है? तो ये भी आपकी NCERT book में दे रखा है बहुत clearly. Now, the significance of membrane can be illustrated with the example of viruses. Viruses ka you are hearing a lot about viruses these days. COVID-19, we are all undergoing that trauma. Now, viruses do not have any membrane, so they do not show characteristics of life until they enter a living body, some plant, some animal, or bacteria. So now we come to next part after nucleus. These are cell organelles. These are subcellular structures present in the cytoplasm that perform specific function are called cell organelles. So this is about definition. First cell organelle that we are going to study is endoplasmic reticulum. Now, children, पहले नाम समझिए. Endo, inside, plasma, inside cytoplasm, reticulum, network-like structure. So endoplasmic reticulum is a network-like structure. So it provides channel or network for transport. Endoplasmic reticulum is a large network of membrane-bound tubes or sheets. It looks like long tubule, round or oblong bags. ये diagram में समझिए, this is chromatin material, this is nucleus. You can see pores here, nuclear pores. In continuation with nuclear membrane, there is endoplasmic reticulum. Right, this way. Then you can see these minute structures present here and there. I can circle one. These are ribosomes. Now, endoplasmic reticulum provides surface to ribosomes. भी आ जाओ भाई, आ जाओ मेरे ऊपर बैठिए. और अब म्यूचुअल एक कनेक्शन है राइबोसोम और एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम का. राइबोसोम्स को घर मिल जाता है, सरफेस मिल जाती है एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम के ऊपर अटैचमेंट के लिए. एंड देन राइबोसोम्स प्रोड्यूस प्रोटीन्स पास इन द चैनल्स ऑफ endoplasmic reticulum. Now, if one type of endoplasmic reticulum offers the surface for attachment of ribosome, and that is known as rough endoplasmic reticulum, because these granules, they give appearance of rough. But other type of endoplasmic reticulum, it does not give any surface for attachment of ribosome. There are no ribosomes attached on it because इनको नहीं जरूरत है, because ये protein नहीं store करते. This type of endoplasmic reticulum is known as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. This type of endoplasmic reticulum is known as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. तो ये देखिए smooth endoplasmic reticulum के अंदर अपने इसके lipids बन रही है. इसके ऊपर surface के ऊपर आपको ribosome नहीं दिखेंगे. Then from here proteins are formed and lipids are formed. ये चल के फिर Golgi apparatus के अंदर जाते हैं. Golgi apparatus, these are systems of Golgi apparatus. So we shall be studying after a little while about the Golgi apparatus. First, we shall be completing about endoplasmic reticulum. Now, so I have already explained to you about rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Its function kya hai? So it is an intercellular transporting system. And the smooth endoplasmic reticulum helps in manufacture of lipids, and rough endoplasmic reticulum helps in manufacture of proteins. And then this is important. What is membrane biogenesis? Membrane biogenesis. Membrane, understand. Bio life, genesis, synthesis. तो किस तरह से membrane की synthesis होती है हमारे cells के अंदर? Now, SCR provides lipid, RER provides protein. Some of the lipids and proteins, they help in formation of cell membrane. We read earlier that plasma membrane is made up of proteins and lipids. So this process is known as membrane biogenesis. Some other lipids and protein कुछ ऐसे होते हैं जो कि enzyme और hormone बनाते हैं. And again, this is very important. In liver cells of vertebrates, this SCR helps in detoxifying many poisons and drugs. So sometimes, we eat some medicines or some food, and some poisonous material is associated with it. तो ये जो हमारे liver के अंदर SCR है, it plays important role in detoxifying these poisons and drugs. Right? Now we come to next very important organelle, that is Golgi complex, Golgi apparatus, Golgi body. It was discovered by Camillo Golgi, and it consists of a system of membrane-bound vesicles. I already showed you in the diagram, which are arranged approximately parallel to each other in stacks, और इनको हम cisterns बोलते हैं. तो 1 mark में पहुंच जाता है what are cisterns. Now these membranes are connected with membranes of endoplasmic reticulum and therefore constitute another portion of a complex cellular membrane system. तो ये समझने वाली बात है, complex cellular membrane system. सेल के membrane system जो है वो जैसे न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन हो गई, उसके बाद that is in connection with endoplasmic reticulum, endoplasmic reticulum is in connection with the Golgi body, then further plasma membrane. तो ये सारे membranes हैं, इनका आपस में connection, तो इसको हम complex cellular membrane system बोलते हैं. Now comes what are the functions of endoplasmic reticulum? Sorry, what are the functions of Golgi apparatus? Children, in your back exercise, one question is there. What will happen if Golgi apparatus doesn't perform its function? So all these functions which we are going to study about, you will say it is not performed. Now, material synthesized near endoplasmic reticulum is packaged, dispatched to various targets. तो endoplasmic reticulum के अंदर जो सामान बना, जो प्रोटीन्स और लिपिड्स बने, उनको गोल्गी अपरेटस ने बड़ी एक अच्छी सी पैकिंग दे देनी है, एक मेम्ब्रेन की पैकिंग दे देनी है, एंड उसके बाद ये अपने टारगेट साइट जहां इनको ये चाहिए वहां पर पहुंच जाएगा. So it helps in packaging and dispatching of material to like various places inside and outside of the cell. Then its function includes storage. तो ये स्टोर भी करके रखता है, जो भी एंडोप्लाज्मिक रेटिकुलम ने सामान बनाया थोड़ा बहुत उसको मॉडिफाई कर देगा, उसमें से कुछ एलिमेंट निकाले, कुछ डाले. Then it packages the products which I have already explained. Then in some cases Golgi apparatus क्या करता है, complex sugars बनाता है simple sugars से. Then Golgi apparatus helps in formation of lysosome also. Right. Now in this in a yellow box given in your NCERT, you have to learn this black reaction. ये black reaction है जिसकी वजह से Gamino Golgi इतना famous हो गया. उसने basically क्या किया, he used weak solution of silver nitrate and then he studied effect of silver nitrate in the neurons, in the nerves, in the most delicate ramification of cells. Ramification होती है जो processes जो rise होती हैं cells के ऊपर से, like in case of nerve cell, right? Anyways, now so you have to learn this black reaction. Then we come to next part, ribosomes. We have already read about ribosomes. These are the only organelles which are present in both endoplasm, both prokaryotic and eukaryotic. ये granular particles हैं, फिर आगे further अलग-अलग types के हो सकते हैं. So these are protein factories. Right. Now we come to next organelle, lysosome. Lysosome से भी exam में बहुत बार question आता है. Now lysosomes क्या है? Lysosomes are very small structures, membrane bound sacs. तो ये एक membrane हो गई, और इसके अंदर जो है there are very powerful enzymes, very powerful digestive enzymes, right? तो ये enzymes ऐसे हैं जिनमें कैपेबिलिटी है हर चीज को डाइजेस्ट करने. कोई ऐसी चीज नहीं है जो लाइसोसोम डाइजेस्ट ना कर पाए हमारी बॉडी के अंदर, या जो भी फॉरेन मटेरियल हमारी बॉडी के अंदर जा रहे हैं. एंड these enzymes are made by RER and lysosomes are formed from Golgi apparatus. तो आपने देखा जो एंजाइम RER ने बनाए, Golgi apparatus ने उसको मेम्ब्रेन में पैक कर दिया. Now lysosomes are kind of waste disposal system. हमारी बॉडी में हमारे सेल्स के अंदर जो वेस्ट है वो सारा, या worn out cell organelles हैं. अब ये worn out cell organelles को ये डाइजेस्ट कर लेगा लाइसोसोम. इसको हम ऑटोफेगी कहते हैं, सेल्फ ईटिंग, अपने आप को खा जाना, सेल्फ ईटिंग, राइट? सो foreign material, so bacteria or food whichever is entering, then lysosomes, they eat up that, they help in digestion of that, which break complex substances into simple substances. अब ये मैंने आपको बता ही दिया कि लाइसोसोम किस तरह से ये काम कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज इनके पास पावरफुल डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम है. अब ये चीज जो है ना एग्जाम्स में एग्जामिनर को बड़ी प्यारी है. व्हाई lysosomes are called suicidal bags of the cell. जब भी सेल मेटाबॉलिज्म में कोई गड़बड़ हुई, during disturbance in cellular metabolism, cells get damaged and lysosome may burst and enzymes digest their own cell. अपना सेल का खुद ही खा जाते हैं ये. So this is a, तो उस डाइजेशन के बाद, उस सेल की डाइजेशन के बाद जो सिंपल मटेरियल बनेंगे, that can again be used to make a new cell. So this is the reason why lysosomes are known as suicidal bags of the cells. And now we come to next category, next organelle. This is very, very important. Organelle, mitochondria, this is known as powerhouse of the cell because यहाँ पर सारी की सारी energy generate होगी, इसलिए इसको powerhouse बोलते हैं. There are two membranes, outer membrane and inner membrane. There are two membranes, outer membrane and inner membrane. Outer membrane is smooth and inner membrane is porous. One is smooth and porous and inner is thrown into folds. Now, अब ये जो folds हैं इस तरह से, अब इसका significance क्या है? Because these increase the surface area. Because इसके ऊपर there are special structures जिनको हम F0, F1 particles बोलते हैं. ये structures help करती हैं ATP generation में, right? So ये folding का मतलब है it increases the surface area for attachment of enzymes. Energy required for various chemical activities needed for life is released by mitochondria in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate is a high energy molecule. It is known as energy currency of the cell. It is known as energy currency of the cell. अब देखिए, suppose when I teach in the school, right? I teach my students, I spend my energy, and that energy is converted into currency, which goes in bank in the form of my salary. All right. So whenever we eat food, the food undergoes oxidation and ATP is synthesized. ATP will be stored in our cells, and whenever we need energy, like I'm speaking now, I need energy. ATPs are providing energy to me, right? So ATPs will help in making new chemical compounds and for mechanical work. अब है कि इनको हम strange organelles क्यों बोलते हैं भाई? माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया को strange organelle बोलते हैं. अब ये ऐसे स्पेशल ऑर्गेनेली हैं जिनके पास अपना डीएनए और राइबोसोम्स है. तो यहाँ इसका जो मैट्रिक्स है, इसके पास अपना इसका डीएनए है and there are ribosomes also. So it can synthesize its own proteins. It can synthesize its own proteins. इसको semi-autonomous organelle भी बोलते हैं. Right. Next we come to plastids. Plastids are spherical or discoidal in shape. डिस्क जैसी हैं. इसके पास भी double membrane है. Like in mitochondria, there are two membranes. Plastids also has two membrane. Now inside membrane there are two definite regions, grana and stroma. ये grana and stroma you will be studying in class 10th also. तो थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा ध्यान देना है. Grana are stacks of membrane bound flattened discoidal sacs. थोड़ा सा मुश्किल लगेगा. और इसके अंदर है क्लोरोफिल. अगर आप नहीं भी करना चाहते, आप सिर्फ समझ लीजिए बिकॉज ये सच आपकी एनसीईआरटी में अभी इसमें कुछ बहुत डिटेल नहीं दे रखी, तो ग्रेना स्टोमा नहीं है, बट इट्स ऑलवेज बेटर टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड टू लर्न मोर. स्टोमा इज होमोजेनियस मैट्रिक्स इन विच ग्रेना इज एम्बेडेड. आई शैल बी एक्सप्लेनिंग यू विद द हेल्प ऑफ अ डायग्राम. नाउ प्लास्टिड्स के पास भी अपने डीएनए एंड आरएनए डीएनए एंड राइबोसोम्स है, इसलिए इसको भी हमने सेल्फ रेप्लिकेटिंग ऑर्गेनेली में डाला है. लाइक इन माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया. सिर्फ माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया और प्लास्टिड दो ऐसे ऑर्गेनेली हैं which have their own DNA as well as ribosomes and can form their own protein. ठीक है, तो ये हम डायग्राम से आपको बताते हैं। दिस इज डबल मेम्ब्रेनस प्लास्टिड, दिस इज क्लोरोप्लास्ट। तो ये इसकी आउटर मेम्ब्रेन हो गई, ये वाली ये इनर मेम्ब्रेन हो गई। सो अंदर देखिए इस तरह से जैसे कॉइन के ढेर लग रखे हैं, कॉइन के वो हैं स्टैक्स हैं। तो यहाँ पर ये जो मेम्ब्रेनस थाइलेकॉइड्स हैं, देखिए एक थाइलेकॉइड है, दूसरा थाइलेकॉइड है, तीसरा थाइलेकॉइड है, तो पूरे इसको एक हीप को हम बोलते हैं ग्रेनम। ग्रेनम सिंगुलर, ग्रेना प्लूरल है। इन थाइलेकॉइड्स के अंदर जो है वो क्लोरोप्लास्ट प्रेजेंट है, जिसके अंदर क्लोरोफिल है, एंड दिस इज प्लास्टिड्स आर क्लोरोप्लास्ट आर द प्लास्टिड्स व्हिच आर फोटोसिंथेटिक। तो हमारे पास तीन टाइप की प्लास्टिड्स हैं। These are chloroplasts, leucoplasts and chromoplasts. कहीं कहीं हम डिवीजन इस तरह से भी देखते हैं that plastids are of two types. आपकी एनसीईआरटी में भी इसी तरह से देखेंगे कि plastids are of two types, chromoplasts and leucoplasts. फिर जो ग्रीन कलर की plastids है उसमें से हमने chromoplast है उसको हमने chloroplast बोला. But this way it is easy to learn that plastids are of three types: chloroplasts, leucoplasts and chromoplasts. Chloroplasts are green, leucoplasts are colorless, and these are colored but any other color except green. It can be orange, it can be purple, it can be blue, it can be yellow, it can be red. जितने flowers और fruits में आप colors देखते हैं वो सब chromoplasts की वजह से हैं. Now chromoplasts are photosynthetic organelle. Sorry, chloroplasts are photosynthetic organelle. और इनको हम किचन भी बोलते हैं because food is manufactured here. और ल्यूकोप्लास्ट का काम है फूड स्टोर करना. आप पोटैटो के अंदर जो ल्यूकोप्लास्ट है, but one type of plastid can be converted into other. If you see the potato farms, farmers क्या करते हैं, potatoes के ऊपर मिट्टी चढ़ाते रहते हैं, soil डालते रहते हैं. अदरवाइज क्या होता है, जो भी पार्ट पोटैटो का एक्सपोज हो गया मान लो, तो वो पार्ट ग्रीनिश हो जाता है. एंड यू आस्क योर मदर विल नेवर बाय ग्रीनिश potatoes because green potatoes they do not cook very nicely. So ये portion मान लो expose हो गया sun को, then it will become green, right? And say in case of tomato when it is unripe, in case of tomato when it is unripe, it is green in color, but later on when it becomes ripe it becomes reddish in color. So यहाँ पर chloroplasts are converted into chromoplasts, right? So now we come to next part. Last जो organelle आपकी book में mentioned है, these are vacuoles. All of you have heard about vacuoles in the plants. In class 8 you did about comparison of plant and animal cell. You said that plant cell has a large vacuole, it has very few but large vacuoles. Animal cells have many but small vacuoles. So vacuoles are fluid filled, solid filled, or membrane bound spaces in the cytoplasm. These are small size in animal cells, and plants have very large, I have already told you, very large vacuoles. Vacuole is bounded by membrane. This is to be learned. Tonoplast. Membrane hai vacuole ki, this is termed as tonoplast. Vacuole is filled with cell sap. Cell sap, it's not only water, it has many other substances dissolved in it, which can be sugar, which can be amino acid, protein, and minerals and metabolic waste, right? So then we come to functions of vacuole. In plants, vacuoles are full of cell sap. Cell sap अभी हमने किया ना, cell sap है क्या? Cell sap है पानी के अंदर sugar, amino acid और other substances जब dissolve हो जाते हैं उसको cell sap बोलते हैं. It provides turgidity and rigidity to the cell, ताकि सेल की शेप जो है वो चेंज ना हो. Many substances of importance are stored in vacuole. Now these are amino acids, sugars, various organic acids and some protein. अब अमीबा की वैक्यूल के बारे में तो आपने पहले भी पढ़ रखा है. अमीबा के अंदर जो वैक्यूल है उसको हम फूड वैक्यूल बोलते हैं. आपको याद होगा, you have done in your 7th standard also that when amoeba gets its food, it forms pseudopodias. which surround the food, and then a food vacuole is formed, which is taken in, and then it is digested, and then after that it becomes a residual vacuole. The residual vacuole comes in contact with plasma membrane, and undigested part is thrown out of it. And in unicellular organisms, specialized vacuoles are present, which help in expelling excess water and some waste from the cell. अब जब ये यूनिसेलुलर ऑर्गेनिज्म जो हैं ये फ्रेश वाटर में होते हैं, इसे मैंने यहाँ पर पैरामीशियम बनाया, इसकी यहाँ पर वैक्यूल है, so these will keep on fresh water में है तो हाइपोटोनिक सॉल्यूशन बनेगा बाहर, and ये absorb करते रहते हैं पानी, and then this water goes into contractile vacuoles, and contractile vacuoles burst open to release this water ताकि cell जो है वो burst ना हो. Right. Children, then on basis of all these, you will be studying about differences in plant and animal cells. Plants have cell wall, animal cells do not have cell wall. Plants, main nucleus जो है that is pushed towards periphery, which we have already discussed because of presence of large size vacuole, whereas in animals you have mostly the nucleus that is present in the center. Then one difference of vacuole we just read, right? So that's all about this chapter, and for seeing first part of this chapter you can see another video, link has been provided, right? Till then, thank you so much and happy learning. Stay safe.